And here we are in the big room, and as always, a fine group of WYEP members join us.
Yeah.
I'm Rosemary. It is very much a pleasure to welcome back somebody I've known for probably about 30 years now, Bill.
Yeah, at least.
Yeah, so Bill Deasy is here with us, and he has a new album called Work in Progress, and we're going to jump right into a tune.
Okay, this one's called Love is a Messy Thing, which I think it is. Dirty water, moonshine mud, like water, and I done long silver night, strangled by shadows of night. A tear-stained letter, a bald-faced lie. I can't forget her, how he tries on long Saturdays, driving those demons away, falling on his knees, eyes like guns, their sights held evenly. He started muttering, if I learned anything, it's that love is a messy thing. God Almighty, hear the sound. Black wolf dying, steel trap found him lost and alone in a forest far from his home. Yeah. Bandits bleeding through, spilled his guts and ripped her heart in two. Her in her party clothes, red eyes and runny nose, falling on his knees, eyes like guns, their sights held evenly. He started muttering, if I learned anything, love is a messy thing. The wounds they stay when life gets heavy. Falling on her knees, eyes of love as deep as any sea. She whispered tenderly, beauty ain't everything. Baby, love is a messy thing. Thank you. Thank you so much.
We're here with Bill Deasy, live at WYEP. That was one of the songs that really jumped out at me when I was listening to Work in Progress. And You know, when did you figure out that love is messy, huh? Somewhere along the line.
Yeah, somewhere along the line, and I definitely believe in that. And that was, I think, the last song that I wrote for the record, and it was more of like I had 9 songs written, and I wanted to do 10, and it was more of like a project, but I stand by it.
Yeah, and the album title, Work in Progress, I love that whole concept because you, it's not about getting to a place and it's like, aha, I'm there, I'm done. It's constant. And I'm wondering about your philosophy of being a work in progress, both as a musician and just as a person.
Yeah, it's definitely. I just find, and maybe people here will relate, but the older I get, the less I know, and the more comfortable I become with that. And I almost view it as kind of a plus, and just the mystery of it all. And I've had hard times, at multiple points in my life. So it's like I don't really age out of hard learning lessons, So it's been just kind of a steady, slow growth for me. So I'm definitely a work in progress.
I was teasing you a little bit earlier before we came on air. You have 4 sons who are now, they're becoming young men. Some of them
Yes.
are already into their 20s. And I'm sure that, you were their age when you started writing music and you look at them and you think, he's doing that thing I did. And do you hold back and just say, well, they're going to have to learn on their own? Do you offer advice?
Uh, I think it's different. I don't know. It's like I come up, I think, as a parent in the world of like helicopter parents, where like you're kind of like guiding your kids too much from the outset. So I feel like I've kind of tapered a little bit away from super straight advice to them. But I'm also amazed that they seem to like my music. So it's a troubling development. And so I hear, and that's as gratifying, and that's my best advice. My best self is in all of my songs. So like the fact that my kids, like I heard my one son just cranking this old Gathering Field song called Proving Ground, which is a very heavy song. And I thought, that was as exciting to me as like the first time I ever heard myself on the radio or anything. So I guess that's how I give them advice, by writing songs, them listening to songs I wrote 30 years ago.
So you mentioned, having 9 songs and looking for that 10th song. How long have these songs been germinating, and how do you get to a point of saying, I am ready to go into the studio with this stuff?
It's all kind of mysterious. I'm a very intuitive person. Like I usually don't even do like set lists, or I kind of like just kind of feel the moment, which can backfire sometimes. But so I don't know. I didn't know it was time to record. I'd made a record maybe 2 years before now, and I don't know, just something in me, and I just start to like, just on a whim, I reached out to Shane McLaughlin from Buffalo Rose. And I said, Shane, any idea like of cool places to record right now? And he mentioned this guy named Tyler Thompson, who's a drummer in a band called Fruition from Portland, but who lives in Carnegie, PA, and has a great studio there. So I just called Tyler. Tyler didn't even know who I was, and I really didn't know Tyler, but we just kind of hit it off on the phone, and suddenly I was making a record. And that's how it works for me. It's just kind of like, I'm always kind of amazed it happened. Even when I write a song, I'm kind of amazed that it happened. I wrote a song.
So it's kind of like, you go with the flow, what comes to you. And when you go into a studio, you have this song. Have you ever gone in with an idea of what a song was going to be, but because of who you were working with, somebody says, you know what, I think we can do something totally different with this, and this song just goes somewhere you never expected?
Yes, that happens a lot. And that's kind of what drew me to Tyler, because he had no preconceptions about what I should sound like or anything too much. So that's kind of fun. And this one was like that more than most, because Tyler enlisted this guitar player named Justin Mazer from the Philadelphia area, who came in for it because they both have the similar philosophy. Tyler believes in like live takes, no overdubs. Like all the vocals on the record are the vocals I sang that first, the first time, or the first day. And But so I didn't know Justin. I didn't know this bass player named Dave Shepard he brought in. So I was meeting these people, and that was part of the energy of it. It was like none of us knew each other. They were new to my music. I was new to them. And you just can't ever really recreate that first experience of a song. So all of the songs have that feeling because we were all just kind of discovering each other and the music and everything at the same time. So it was kind of cool.
It has to make it fun too.
Made it real fun. It reminded me of like, not to compare myself to Elvis, but it reminded me of like the Sun sessions or something. It was like, just felt like old school. It was like, let's run tape, we're just running, let's turn on the mics, and we just played the songs. And for the most part, what we literally played on the take that we all agreed was the best take, which would be like out of 3 or 4 takes. And then the guitar player was so good that he would then just maybe add one extra guitar part, like right then. And that was it. And then Tyler, it was a modern day record that Tyler would like mess with it later with engineering kind of stuff. But the recording itself was very kind of old school. And as a singer, that was very intimidating because I'm used to, I don't know if you guys know what like recording a record is like, but you go in and usually the vocal and the guitar, the acoustic guitar just kind of scratch. You just try to get the vibe so that the other guys can do their stuff. But then you overdub and you go back and you completely micromanage the vocal, and you'll be like, wait, I think that was pitchy, and like, let me get that line, or let me grab that one word. And this was the opposite of that. And as a singer, that's a little, intimidating, but it was also very fun. And I think it gives an energy to the record that is hard to get otherwise.
And you get all the credit because it just says, Bill Deasy on it. So you can say, yeah, it was
I
on me.
get the credit or the blame.
Well, let's hear a couple more tunes. If you've just tuned in, Work in Progress, new album, Bill Deasy.
This is the title track. It's funny too. It's like has a kind of like a building motif, like kind of as if I were a handyman, and I am the opposite of a handyman. I should not be allowed to use this metaphor. I take my faded blueprint out, measure each dimension twice to ease the doubt. I put my safety glasses on, so when the sparks come flying, I don't get it wrong. Keep the toolkit open, 'cause I'm really hoping to set a firm foundation, to lay the coats of paint on one by one, by one. Resist the rush temptation, it's a work in progress. You gotta work until it's done. That ain't to say there ain't no joy. Oh, it's a joy to find we build and not destroy. Let's watch the morning sunrise, and set to work on carving out our next surprise. And when the bones start showing, we got a good thing going upon a firm foundation. Coats of paint on one by one, by one. Resist the rush temptation, 'cause it's a work in progress. We gotta work until it's done. Build my castle on sand no longer. Set a firm foundation, lay the coats of paint on one by one, by one. Resist the rush temptation, 'cause it's a work in progress. We gotta work until it's done. Yeah, it's a work in progress. You gotta work until it's done. Oh, I'm a work in progress. Yeah, my work has just begun. Thank you. Thank you so much. So I'm going to tune my guitar, if that's okay. This next one was the first song that we recorded. So like I was literally just meeting these people for the first time. And so this was the height of that new feeling. And this was another song that I wrote at the very end of the writing process. And this is the song that WYP has been playing a bit. I love WYP. Can I say that out loud on the air? Yes. I love WYEP. I was just talking with Rosemary a little bit backstage about just going back in time. And the first Gathering Field record, I'm in a band called The Gathering Field, and our first record came out, thank you. Our first record came out in 1994, and WYP was way ahead of the curve on playing us. They played like 3 songs, or they played 3 songs from that record. And so man, I owe a lot to WYP. And 30 years later, 30 years later, they're still playing my music. What the heck? Thanks, WYP. The song really is for my wife, I guess. This is called Face Down. After all that we've been through, all the circles of hell we ran together, it's a wonder that we're standing here at all. And though I didn't intend to, I'll lead you into the catastrophic weather. The morning came and you were dry and standing tall. Sky so blue felt almost new. After heartache brought the tears. I stopped chasing after ghosts and face my fears. Oh, I don't know which way we're gonna go from here. Whatever comes, we will face down. Not long ago, I was face down in the alley of dreams that bring no glory. A cut's bleeding on everyone I love. A generational breakdown. And baby, you were the hero of that story. You held steady when the push became a shove. After heartache brought the tears. we will face down. Sky so blue feels almost numb. After heartache brought the tears, I stopped chasing after ghosts and face my fears. Oh, I don't know which way we're gonna go from here. Whatever comes, we will face down. Whatever comes, we will face down. Whatever comes, we will face down, yeah. Whatever comes, we will face down. Thank you.
Before we go any further, Bill, you have some shows coming up.
I do have some shows. I'm opening several shows for the Clarks. Two in your, what I call it, your hometown of Irwin.
Yeah.
We're playing the Lamp Theater, and I'm opening. Have you been to the Lamp Theater?
I went to see Mary Poppins there in 1964.
I really didn't see that coming. I mean, I'm truly stunned right now. Yeah, it's a beautiful. They've redone it. I don't know if you've heard about it. It's really a beautiful place. So 2 nights in March, I'm playing there. I'm playing Jurgles, a little solo acoustic thing next Wednesday, the 5th of March. But the big show I'd like to mention is that I have a new kind of backing band. Some people have been playing with me before, but some are new to me. We're calling ourselves, it's Bill Deasy and the Rambling Souls. Is that terrible? Let's do a quick focus group. Bill Deasy and the Rambling Souls, because that's a reference to an old Gathering Field song. And but we are playing March 29th at the Pittsburgh Winery, and I would really like everybody to get. Oh, that was a good reaction. I didn't see that coming either. There's just a lot of surprises coming at me in this room right now. So yeah, sorry. Did I say more than you thought I would say about that?
Oh, it's fine. This is your moment on the air. You own the airwaves right now, Bill. So we're here with Bill Deasy, who has a new album, and it's called Work in Progress. Both you and I know, whenever you make your living with your voice, that you're very aware of the fact that voices change. You know, as you get older, it tends to drop, and you have to kind of take care of your voice. So I want you to talk about your relationship with your voice, what has changed about it, how you take care of it. You know, there's a lot of things that happen. I mean, that's your vehicle.
That's a great question. I don't really take care of it as much as I should. I don't think about it very much. I mean, I think about it in the ways you're talking about. When I first started singing, like that first Gathering Field record, it's hard for me to listen to even because my voice had this kind of like thin, kind of harsh, kind of Irish tenor. I don't know what it was, just like a bad tone. And Dave Brown, the guitar player / producer of the Gathering Field, just worked relentlessly on me to lose that frequency. So I softened and kind of opened my sound a bit vocally. So that was like the first big shift. But I feel mostly like I like the way I'm singing better now than ever. I can still hit every note I ever could hit, which isn't saying that much, but I was never like Celine Dion or anything. But so far I haven't noticed like, oh, I need to do this half a step lower or something, which I think some people end up doing, and I'll probably end up doing. But so far I feel like my voice is aging. I feel like I'm still going up the roller coaster, not down yet.
How often do you ever go back and listen to some of those early recordings? Because I would imagine that would be tough because, you know, you've changed, you've learned.
Well, a lot of it is I had to get some recordings to some of these new musicians that are with me, so I had to send them, and we're doing a couple songs from that first record. So, you know, just hear things like that, and it's not horrible. But I mean, it's kind of what's awesome about recording music and to have my life there. You know, like it's kind of a cool thing, and I'm grateful that my kids and grandkids and whatever will have that to listen to if they are interested. But because that really documents my whole journey better than anything else I could ever do. So I'm lucky. I've made I don't know how many. I think maybe 16 records in my life, and hopefully we'll keep making more. But it's like I'm grateful for that.
You know, earlier you said that the older you get, the more you realize there's so much that you don't know. And that can actually be pretty freeing because you can just let go of things and just do it. Do you feel like as you get older, you're more of a confident writer and singer?
Yes, I do. I really do. And I'm even more confident to, like, even the experience with Tyler, the recording that I just did, that took a little courage for me because it was like out of my comfort zone, and I was having to really, I felt like I had to sing so good, like it was just kind of like, but that was really thrilling. So I think I'm just more open to things, and hopefully I'm just getting more and more comfortable in my own skin, no matter what I'm doing. So like, yeah, I think things are heading in the right direction.
Well, I'm going to wrap up here by taking you way back. We're going to do kind of a little trivia thing as I was doing some research for this interview.
I don't like where this is heading.
In 1991, there was this club that used to exist in Pittsburgh. I loved it. I know a lot of people did.
Yeah, I did too.
Graffiti.
Of course, yeah.
Graffiti. So
yes, that deserves a round of applause. Yes, thank you.
they used to have a rock challenge.
Of course
and
they
in
did.
1991, you had a band. It wasn't Gathering Field yet.
No.
And you went up against another band, and your band won. You want to see what that other band was?
Well, first of all, my band was called Shiloh, and because we rehearsed on Shiloh Street in Mount Washington, and the other band that we defeated soundly, Rusted Root. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you. Drive safely. God bless.
I thought that was funny when I saw that. I was like,
Why is that funny? Why is that funny?
Yeah.
Why should that not just be a normal thing?
I don't know. It's like I just wasn't expecting that. But you guys were coming up at about the same time.
Yeah,
so,
we were.
Yeah, that was, people talk a lot about what's going on in Pittsburgh right now, and it's fabulous. There's so much music. But when you go back at different periods, there are just these little nuggets of wonderful music that were coming out at that time. So, you were in this time frame where there was a lot of very cool things that were happening.
Yeah, that was incredible. Us and the Clarks and Rusted Root and just all these bands. And we were also supportive, and like on that first Gathering Field record, Liz Berlin from Rusted Roots sang. Liz Berlin and Scott Blasey from the Clarks did most of the harmonies on that record, and it was like that. And everybody did everything for everybody, and we were always touring, and just kind of our paths would cross in different cities and stuff. And in Rusted Root, when the Gathering Field was going, they brought us out on the road with them to give us a good little jump, and we opened for them in some big markets. So it was a really it was a magical time. That word is used too much, I guess, but that really was a magical time in Pittsburgh music, the 1990s.
Okay, so once again, March 29th?
March 29th, Pittsburgh Winery.
Okay, and the new album, Work in Progress.
Yes.
Bill Deasy.
Okay, this is the last song on the record and the last song I'll do for you. Thank you so much. You've been such a nice, pleasant surprise of an audience. Oh, sorry. I had my guitar muted. Okay, this is called Too Young to Know, which really ties in with this whole conversation. I'm an orphan at the altar of creation, striving to be worthy of my station. I sometimes fall, tune out the call. Light shines through whichever way I'm facing. Mystery as far as I can see. Roads that don't quite tell you where they go. Even here in my advancing years, there are things I'm still too young becomes a painting. No holy war is capable of tainting. The artist smiles, steps back a while, then adds a breeze to keep the tall trees swaying. Mystery, as far as I can see, roads that don't quite tell me where they go. Even here in my advancing years, there are things I'm still too young to know. Baby, please come join me for the show. La la la. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
.3 WYEP, Mr. Bill Deasy, work in progress.
Yes.